The oceans cover more than 70% of our planet and is so mysterious that humans have not explored even a quarter of it. So it's not surprising that every once in a while it coughs up something unexplainable from its depths and we're left to wonder at the countless secrets that the ocean holds. Today's video takes you on a deep dive into 10 unexplained creatures that have washed up on beaches. Before we dive into this list, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also, if you would like to join this month's Star 5 giveaway of a brand new iPhone 16, then all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck. Number 10. Strange object with barnacles. Walking on the beach is meant to be a relaxing and fun activity, especially for a family. And that's what a young family in Wallace thought as they were picnicking on Berryport in Wallace. This was a normal day, just like every other day, until their two kids saw something strange wash up on the beach. It looked like it was barnacles, except there was something else nestled within this, looking like a round metal object. Not sure about what this was, they decided to take a few pictures and would simply call it a day. Well, turns out the family narrowly escaped what would have been the worst day of their lives. After closer inspection by officials, it was revealed as a US military mine bomb that no family should have been casually standing next to. The beach was evacuated and thankfully, the bomb squad took care of the problem in a controlled detonation. This was definitely a lucky day for the family. Number 9. Smooth skate. Maria Lombard was moving around on a beach in New Zealand as usual and saw something looking extremely odd. It was the skeleton of a serpent-like sea creature that had washed up on the shore, but still it didn't look familiar. Even for a veterinarian like her, in her years of practice, Maria had never seen anything like this creature that got her extremely curious to know what it was. This was more than 2.2 meters in length with a head that was completely different from the typical shape of a skeleton. In search for answers, she sent pictures to an expert, and after a long time of mystery, the scientist replied that this was a smooth skate and the skeleton remains were the creature's vertebrae in its brain case. After the creature dies, its body dissipates to reveal the part of its brain, and Maria had found the remains. The true mystery here is how the creature that is known to live in the deep waters as much as 800 meters below sea level was able to make its way to the surface where it was likely caught. Number 8. Mermaids. Mermaids are a legend as old as time. Many people believe that there are indeed creatures in the sea that are half human and half fish, leading to numerous real explorations to actually find one as proof that they existed. There are numerous stories of mermaids being found, and that's the same thing that happened in the town of Benbecula in Scotland in 1830. Yes, it's a long time ago, but the story is definitely worth telling. Some people were enjoying some time on the beach when a woman saw something that looked like a miniature woman in the water. She alerted others to the strange creature and some kids threw rocks at it, effectively killing the creature. Days later, the mermaid was found dead on the shore with a scaleless fishtail and every other feature to support the age-long myth of its existence of mermaids. However, they were upset that what they had done and the sheriff supervised an immediate burial on the beach. Unfortunately, no one can find the grave. This could be due to possibly rising water levels washing it away, but there's a huge possibility this is indeed real. Number 7. Sea monsters of New Zealand. Back in 2013, a monster washed on a beach in New Zealand. It was the carcass of what would have been a once terrifying predator in the seas, and even its decomposed state couldn't hide the massive teeth and impressive 30 feet length. Talking about the teeth, there were more than a dozen and looked very sharp, suggesting that these would have crushed the bones of numerous marine animals. An expert eventually revealed that this was a specific killer whale, as most of them are average about 26 feet in length. These are definitely true apex predators of the oceans, even squaring off sometimes against sharks. However, it wasn't easily recognizable due to its highly decomposed state. Number 6. Sharks without livers. Seeing dead sharks float around is not unheard of. However, it becomes truly a mystery when all of the great white sharks that float on the shores are missing their livers. This is exactly what happened in South Africa in May 2017, where beachgoers in the Western Cape province witnessed these unexplained creatures lying on the sands. These were a set of 4 great whites found dead with their livers absent. It gets even more confusing when you realize that great white sharks are apex predators. So what could have killed them and gotten rid of only their livers? Eventually, scientists could not handle solving this mystery and they found that these sharks had been picked clean by orcas. Very few animals mess with the great white shark, and orcas have been their rivals for decades. So it's not so strange that orcas would go after their livers of creatures they hunt and kill. They can also take out their reproductive organs. That definitely gives a whole new perspective to who is truly the apex predator of the oceans. Number 5. Texas creature. Texas can be home to several strange things, but this mysterious creature discovered along Boulevard Beach by a resident named Patricia definitely takes the cake. She thought it was a fish but knew that there was something more. So on April 13th, she decided to put the trust of the power of the internet to find those elusive answers to this mystery. As you can expect, there were tons of comments and speculations, especially as the creature had several sharp teeth and bumps on his body that gave it an alien-like appearance. When people on Facebook group didn't have much luck unraveling the identity of this Texas creature, the government agencies tried out more sophisticated methods to beam a light on this mystery. Eventually, this turned out to be the gills arches of a fish, but they couldn't tell which species. The closest guess was that it was connected to the spotfish, plus alligators had been seen around the area, making them possible culprit. Number 4. Dolphin-like creature. In February 2020, local residents within a town of Mexico found a strange dolphin-like sea creature during a leisurely walk on the beach. Yes, they thought it was a dolphin at first, but quickly discovered that they were completely wrong. Eventually, knowing the power of the internet, they shared photos on social media, hoping there would be someone who would know the name of this creature that had washed up on the shore. This bizarre sea monster had a tail like a snake or eel, but the rest of its body took a more dolphin-like appearance with sharp teeth within its jaws. Further examination revealed that this creature had no flippers and absolutely no eyes. That meant only one thing: this was a visitor from the very depths of the ocean. This creature lived in the area so far out of reach for humans that it didn't need light to survive. How did it end up on the beach? Number 3. Large carcass. The last thing you would expect to find while on a walk with a man's best friend is a carcass of an enormous creature that would leave you shocked to your bones. While Melanie and her husband Mike were out with their children and dog, they came face to face with this over 11-foot creature in 2016. If this was a common jellyfish, they wouldn't even bat an eyelid, but this was quite uncommon. This massive creature was no jellyfish. The thousands of flies surrounding the mysterious creature made it clear that this was once a living, breathing thing. Of course, it's so easy this was a whale given its size, but this area wasn't known to host this marine animal. Eventually, a new theory surfaced about this being the remains of a dinosaur. Sadly, the mystery remains unsolved and this creature is known as the Beast of Port Talbot. Number 2. Trunco globster. Trunco is the nickname given to an unidentified lump of decomposed sea creature that washed up on the shoreline of the Margate Beach in South Africa in 1924. It's a pretty wild story, especially since the mass of flesh was once a living creature that has a farmer claimed to see fighting 2 killer whales. At first, he thought this was a polar bear due to what he thought was a dense white fur on its body, but this creature used its tail to attack the whales. Eyewitnesses claim that this creature was as big as 20 feet tall with the trunk as long as a meter. After a 3-hour battle, the dead creature washed up on the shore where it remained for 10 days. Still, some scientists believe that this was the rotting carcass of a whale and not the trunk of an unknown animal. Number 1. The Russian Mystery. One of the greatest mysteries unfolded on Russian soil when a peculiar carcass washed up on the shore of a beach. While this should normally not be a cause for concern, it became even crazier when the Russian special forces seized the remains for further private examinations. At first, the scientists thought they could classify the creature as a fish or crocodile, but its over 20 feet length made it impossible for it to fall into any of these categories. Apart from this, the creature also had a fur-like cover that knocked a few other guesses off. So what exactly could it have been? The conclusion was that this could possibly be a beluga whale. These animals are known to have distinct white appearance and live within the Antarctic and subarctic regions of the northern hemisphere. Typically, they have shiny white skin, but it's not unheard of for them to both have other colorations on their body. Still, to this day, no one knows what it is. Care to venture a guess? And with that, we wrap up today's video. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Thanks for watching.